Hi everyone, welcome to week 4 of the Angelic Connection course with me, Anna Grace Taylor. Hopefully by now you've used week 3 to catch up, to perhaps review what we've learned so far, maybe just taking care of yourself a bit more, or even connected with others in the Facebook group. I would really recommend that you head over there if you haven't already, because these next 2 modules are really going to lend itself to interacting and sharing our experiences with others, and also I'm going to be able to give some live demonstrations there too. So join us there. It will be really beneficial. It will really add to your experience of these videos if you can. So this module is dedicated to your energetic self-care and to some of the healing tools and techniques that quite frankly have changed my life as a sensitive person. So, particularly if you've resonated with the clairsentient, being a highly sensitive person in week 2, this technique is going to be especially helpful for you. But let's be honest, if we're listening to these videos, the chances are that you are sensitive, that you are empathic in some form, and that you want to help yourself to really take charge of your energy and to feel as good as you can, so that, as I like to call it, that you can turn your sensitivity into your superpower. And I have to say that through the years and through the angel classes that I took when I was 22 years old, this has got to be one of the most transformational things that I learned. Not just because I felt connected to Archangel Michael in that moment, but because literally I had a life-changing experience with him within a few days of knowing about this technique. If you have listened to the cord cutting meditation already, then you'll have some idea of what I'm talking about. But let me explain cords to those of you who don't know about the term and are wanting to find out a little bit more about this technique that you can use to help yourself and others. So first of all, what are cords? Well, to me, we all have energy exchanges with people all of the time. We're human, we live in a very populated world, and as sensitive people, we can often absorb energy that is not ours. Now, we're not referring to anything loving or completely loving. Of course, we want to be connected to those that we love. We're referring to those fear-based exchanges that we have with people. Perhaps somebody's annoyed us across the street. Maybe we've had an interaction with somebody in a shop or a car that has been really frustrating. Or maybe those deeper connections where somebody has really needed us. Especially if you are in the healing profession or helping services, there are always going to be people that need something from us. Have you ever picked up the phone to a client or a friend and they say, "Oh, I feel so much better after talking to you," and you go, "Wow, I actually feel really drained." Those kind of situations, the feeling of being drained or unexplainably tired or perhaps stuck or just not yourself, feeling a little bit off, is a real sign that you have these cords of fear attached to you. Now, it's nothing to worry about. Like I said, it's actually very normal for us to have these energy exchanges. It's just that we're not always aware of them. And for me, self-awareness and being really aware of what was happening with my energy was such a key in me feeling empowered, so that I could actually use this technique and other techniques to help me feel as good as I can. So if you've listened to the meditation, you will know that this is a technique where we call on Archangel Michael to clear away any energy that does not belong to us with his sword of light. Yes, you can use it in a meditation, but you can also use this cord cutting for yourself, just sitting in a chair or with others as part of a healing session. So first of all, it's just really important to know that you are not doing the clearing. You're calling on Archangel Michael, and perhaps you want to imagine his royal blue, royal purple colour all around you, or the person that you're with. And you can actually use your hands as a scanner, if you like, to feel your energy, or to feel the person that you're with's energy. And this again is remembering that our hands have chakras. In fact, you can see in the center of my hand there is more of an obvious circle there. That is my hand chakras, and they actually are very, very sensitive to the energy that we feel, which is why often even just hugging someone or touching our body can feel very comforting and very healing. So you're going to use your hand to scan through your energy or somebody else's energy, making sure that if it is for somebody else, that you ask for permission. If you're working as a mother for a child, then that might be slightly different, because obviously you have a very special bond there. But other than that, unless they're young, you're really wanting to ask permission to do this, because you're in somebody's energetic space. Or of course, if it's for you, then you just want to check in with your own body. But here you just start at the top of the head, and you'll notice that your hand will start to feel a bit tingly because you're feeling your energy. Or perhaps it doesn't, and then there's a particular spot that feels more tingly. Wherever you feel a change in energy or temperature, or you just feel like you know you need to stop there, then that is usually where you're going to feel a cord or an energy that perhaps needs some kind of clearing or help. So for me, I always particularly pay attention to the heart and to the solar plexus, which is at the top of our stomach, our central stomach area, because usually if we have connections with other people, they're either going to be very much based on a relationship, which means our heart is going to feel it, particularly with a romantic relationship or our partners, our siblings, our family. There's going to be a real heart connection, and yet also of course there's going to be the pain there sometimes in our hearts there. So we want to just really check in with our hearts and our solar plexus. Usually there's a lot in our solar plexus because of that neediness or feeling of needing to be in control or wanting something from somebody, which, let's face it, we all do at times. So these areas are particular areas to be aware of. For me, I often feel a lot in my stomach. My stomach is the first place that I'll feel emotion. So again, that's always a reminder for me to just check in with that area and ask Archangel Michael to clear away any energy that does not serve me, that is not mine. Now, the thing that I will say about this is that you don't want to get into feeling like, oh my goodness, everyone is getting at me. I'm so sensitive. I'm just a sponge. Yes, of course, I relate. I was that sponge. But I've learned that the more that I can really feel good about myself and really stand in my power and in my truth, and remember that actually my energy is really big and bright and bold, that is my protection. We don't need to worry so much about what other people are doing or feeling, like somebody is getting us, if we really stand in that truth. But of course, sometimes life can be difficult. We live in a human world. We're going to be in a busy place. It can feel really overwhelming, and as sensitive people, we're going to feel it. So you can use this technique to really just be more aware of your energy, of your body. You can actually see the cords like tubing if you're clairvoyant, or you can actually feel them as a tingling or as a heat, or maybe it feels really uncomfortable in a certain area of your body. And as I said, you can ask Archangel Michael to dissolve away or sever whatever you feel is appropriate for your terminology, whatever you feel comfortable with. I like the word dissolve because it feels a little bit less harsh. Dissolving the cords of fear that are draining my energy right now. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for dissolving the cords of fear that are draining my energy right now, anything that does not belong to me. And then I would just use my breath to exhale any of that energy that does not belong to me. So if you're doing this with another person, even if they're on the phone or away from you, just like I am on this computer, you can really use your breath and intention to let that energy go. In fact, that can often be the most powerful thing. First of all, to be aware of what you're feeling, and then really to choose to let it go, to know that that energy is not yours. It doesn't belong to you. And so you release it and you let it be transmuted into the light. You let the other person be in their space and you be in your space, because if you're fully in your space and in your truth, then you're going to feel as good as you can. Okay, so you can use this technique for as long as you feel appropriate. You can sit with it, the meditation. You can do the meditation as much or as often as you'd like, or you can do this where you're just sitting and you're just becoming aware of the energy around you, using your hand as a scanner, as a way to remind you to let go of energy that doesn't serve you. And then you're going to ask Raphael, or you can just continue to work with Michael, to fill all of the spaces where the cords have been with their healing light, perhaps a white light, or even Archangel Michael's blue light. Or if you're feeling particularly like an area of your body needs that soothing, you can call on Raphael. Raphael is an amazing angel to call on in tandem with Michael, because they're both so healing and supportive. So I hope that helps you. I would really recommend, if you are feeling extra sensitive, if you are somebody that often feels like they're taking the weight of the world on your shoulders, that you use the cord cutting as a way to help you feel more you. I know for me that the more that I did this, not only did I feel physically and emotionally better, like I said, my health began to transform after 10 years after doing this, but also I learned to really trust my intuition a lot more, because I didn't have everyone else's stuff around me. I was just really listening to my own feelings. So if you are somebody that will say, I just have no idea what I even want, or I'm really unclear about what direction to go in, or I just feel disconnected, that is a sure sign that you want to clear away any energy that isn't yours and really start to focus on your light and your love being your power. Remember, anything that you're absorbing is never as powerful as you being in your love and in your truth. There is such a power within you that when you really focus on that, you can become your own protector. So you don't want to focus too much on needing protection or being too sensitive or feeling so much that you're just going to be blah, 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 whatever it is. But of course, you can use these techniques if you do feel like you need a bit of a clean out to really help you to focus on your own self-care. So I hope that helps you. Listen to the meditation and go and check out the Facebook group, because I'll be giving a demonstration about this and answering any questions that you have. Sending you much love.